Loving vibrations, light information, peace vibrations, healing the nation, unity vibrations, it's a love celebration, yeah, with limitless vibrations.
Greetings, fellow Earthlings. This is Limitless Vibrations presenting you with another edition. And on today's episode, we are going to talk about, is fruit really karma free? Let's dive into it. So, is fruit really karma free, like a lot of people are saying? Well, let me be frank, let me be authentic, and let me be honest with you all. Yes, it is, but at the same time, no, it isn't. Let me explain. Fruit is the only food in nature that wants itself to be eaten. Compared to anything else, fruit is the least obstructive, is the food that offers itself to us. There's a reason why fruit has all these bright colors, these bright flavors, vibrant, saturated, colors and fragrant aromas. It's there to draw itself to us. The tree offers these gifts to us as a pre-package. The tree gives the package to us in the name of fruit, with the flesh surrounding by the seed, intelligently designed for us to eat the flesh around the seed and not to eat the seed, so we can preserve the tree, because that seed is a potential tree. So if we eat that seed, we destroy that lifeline and we cut off that life. And seeds, you can say, yes, it is not karma free. But in regards to fruit being karma free, yes, it is true. It's the only food that wants us to be eaten by us. It offers itself as a gift by the tree. The tree doesn't get harmed when we eat the fruit, depending whether it's ripe or not, in which I believe that fruit trees are harmed when the fruit is picked before it's ripe, before its ripening stage. It's kind of just like premature birth, a C-section or whatever. You take out a child before it can possibly its full maturing age. You got to pick things when they're ripe, because that's when you reap the full rewards of them, and that's when you truly get the full spectrum of all the benefits you can ever receive from the fruit. Now, fruit isn't karma free in the same sense, because, well, actually, all things have karma in the universe. There is no karma free. Everything has a reaction. Every action has a reaction. So if you eat fruit, you are producing a positive reaction. If you eat something like meat, you are producing a negative reaction. That negativity, that density, that darkness will start to decay in your vessel and produce that fear vibration within you, because you consume that fear. You are what you eat, you get what you receive. So you sow what you reap. It's the same thing. So in regards to fruit not being karma free, it's not karma free in this world we are today, because the ways which we produce it, and the ways that we harvest it, and the ways that we use our own methods, it's not in a very sustainable way, and it's not very karma free. We are killing animals to produce fruit. Animals that eat the fruit, like mice or rats or foxes or bats, or even any type of animal that is eating the fruits that these corporations or even farmers, small farmers, want to preserve for themselves and sell. They don't want to share that, so they kill them. It's inevitable. So honestly, there is death in the process of eating fruit, because most of our fruit is produced in that manner. There has to be some killing in order to get the fruit, because otherwise most of it would be eaten by insects or whatever, and all these pesticides and fungicides and herbicides are sprayed on these fruits, and lots of animals end up decaying and dying, and this destruction happens in nature, and not just the animals but also the plants as well, and the ecosystem and the air and the water. Everything is affected when we are producing fruit in a very non-sustainable way. So if you eat that kind of fruit, it's not karma free. And yes, it is negative karma, but it is the least amount of negative karma that you can possibly consume, because it is the golden rule. It is the golden rule. Do unto others as you had them do unto you. Fruit is the only food that wants to be eaten. All other beings feel to a certain extent, even plants. But I'm not saying that plants feel at the same level that animals do. Plants are different than animals, you know. Plants have their own type of psychological response to us. You know, plants are very, very intelligent. They know this. There are plants that many plants don't want to be eaten. Actually, all plants don't want to be eaten. They have their own defense mechanisms in the form of tannins and lectins and phytic acid and all these things to preserve themselves. Same as seeds. Seeds don't want to be eaten. There's a reason why there's a hard shell nut around the seed. It's very hard to be opened up because it's not meant to be opened up and eaten, you know? And most nuts anyways, you have to open them up, you know, either dry them out in the sun or cook them or roast them. You know, it'll be very hard to consume them in their natural state, whereas fruit is just offering itself up. Like this amazing fruit just offers itself up, and it's perfectly ripe. It smells amazing. The colors, we love color. We love the smell. We love the taste. It's sweet. We have a sweet tooth for a reason. We are meant to eat this stuff. But not necessarily is it always karma free. So that's what I've been saying. Fruit is positive karma and it is negative karma. And that's why it's so important for us to move closer towards permaculture methods that we can all thrive on this sustainable plane that we live on. Otherwise, we are just going to keep decaying and destroying ourselves over time with the methods that we're doing to produce fruits and cultivate it and sell it and share it across the world. We need to start producing fruit like we love it, like it loves us, like we love nature, you know? We need to start implementing these permaculture practices, you know, work towards boycotting monocrop culture. Because yes, I am vegan. I'm vegan. Vegan is less harm, but at the same time, it's just a stepping stone. It's just a stepping path, you know, towards lesser and lesser amount of harm. Don't just stop at veganism, because vegans can be destructive and even more destructive than meat eaters, depending on what they're eating, what they're consuming, you know. For instance, a meat eater who lives in the jungle, who's like an Amazon tribe warrior, you know, is just living off the jungle, off the meat, off the fruits, off the plants, all the leaves. He's living pretty sustainably compared to a vegan in a city who's consuming oils and palm oil and olive oil and processed packaged foods, lots of grains, lots of pesticide produce, you know. It's not sustainable at all. But at the same time, we don't want to kill animals. We don't want to do that. But we want to move up. We want to move up towards becoming more loving to ourselves, and thus, therefore, we gotta take the necessary precautionary steps to do that. So veganism is the first step, and then we can move towards, you know, moving to tropical environments. Start producing our own food. Start eating local food. Start eating local fruits. Start planting seeds in your garden. Wherever you live, you can start planting fruit trees. You know, you can live in North America, you can start planting cherry trees, you can start planting apple trees, berry trees, mulberries, all these things. Tomatoes, cucumbers. So there's no really excuse to not start this, because this is the age of coming into that sustainability consciousness. We want to be one with nature. Thus, we have to act and take the necessary actions towards ensuring that we are all thriving again, not just surviving. We're here to thrive. So why not we just survive? Not why just survive when we can thrive? So if you guys like this video, please do share, like, subscribe, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Peace, love, light.